So here we go again. It's another morning, another day on the TET, hopefully. Much to everyone's surprise, Brian actually managed to get his bike started this morning, which I have to say is a relief, because it would have been virtually impossible to bump it where we were camping there tonight. Just very soft ground on this single track like this, and so I probably would have had to push him or tow him right along this single track, which is, you know, quite a way back to the gravel road that we came off. So yeah, we didn't actually get that many miles done yesterday with all the troubles with Brian's bike, so we try and get a few more. Oh, hey, here goes Peter. You okay, Peter? Oh, you've lost a bag.
I know. I just had too slow on the corner.
So, off again. As I was saying, trying to get a few more miles under our belt today, otherwise we're not going to make it into Norway at this rate with all of these breakdowns with Brian's bike. And it's not just the hold up with the breakdown, it's every time we stop when we've got to bump start him, it just takes, you know, what should be like a 10-minute break turns into a 20-minute break and what have you. Peter! Bag! Oh, I really wish you would fasten these cases on his bike properly. They keep bouncing off because they're literally just clipped on, so any kind of bump he goes over, they come off. I think the guy originally, because these are sort of custom built case rack by the guy who bought the bike off, who used the bike to travel around the world, and I think he had padlocks on there to lock them on, but Peter's just clipped them on. It's not put padlocks or anything. You could put a bolt through or something, that should hold it on. Because this just keeps happening, it's ridiculous. So last night Shiplo reached out on the TET Facebook page and we got quite a few positive responses, and there's a guy who lives quite nearby who said he can help us out. He's stripped a motor off something, I think he said it was a drill or something, and he said he's happy to take the bushes off that, and he's got a workshop at home. We can go round and you know, he will help us hopefully fix this starter motor on Brian's bike, because yeah, it's proving to be a bit of a pain, is this. So we're going to head straight to his house this morning, and you know, I think it's worth taking half a day out if we can to kind of feel like I should help Peter here, but this ground's so soft I can't get my stand down to. It's a bit hard, just, you know, with the weight of all the luggage on the bike, and you know, the KTM side stand is really not designed to take all of this luggage. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to go to this guy, Stefan I think he's called, go to his house this morning. Shiplo's got his address on his sat nav, and yo, let's hope we can get Brian's bike sorted and we can crack on and get some mileage done, because it's really slowing us up as this. Anyway, off we go. Right, we're off. Successfully back onto the gravel road and navigating our way, hopefully not too far, to this guy Stefan's house to get Brian's bike sorted. Good stuff. This is a quick video diary update. So Brian's starter motor has been playing up right since the start of the trip, and yesterday it packed in totally. Took it all apart, brushes are damaged, managed to botch it up this morning just well enough to start his bike. And so Shiplo put a call out on the TET Facebook page for anybody could help us, and this guy Stefan here, really helpful guy, reached out to us, said he stripped down, he got a motor on an electric saw, so he stripped down for us, and we can botch up the brushes off that. So we've come round to Stefan's house this morning, and Brian and Stefan are stripping down Brian's bike, getting the starter motor off. Meanwhile, Shiplo and Peter have headed off into town because there's an electric shop there, and they're going to see if they can get a couple of brushes there, some that maybe fit a little bit better, that will need less work to get them to fit. So yeah, hopefully we'll get Brian's bike sorted out this morning. So great. So thank you very much, Stefan, and the tech community for helping us out here. Brilliant.
Is that you to push on? Do you have to press a button or?
No,
All right.
a bit of force.
When we put it together, what?
I have some Loctite.
What?
Did you say Loctite or?
Yes, well,
Yeah.
just when it goes back together, that's all.
There it goes.
I've got a Toyota MR2 performance, like manual thing,
Yeah.
different upgrades, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
pass it to them. as a
Oh right,
manual.
cool.
How unlucky would it be if it's still going the wrong way?
This one
Yeah.
I'm a bit concerned about.
You got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're definitely getting a contact there.
Yeah.
Something happening.
It's trying.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is trying, but it's not quite good, is it? So just to add to this morning's fun, Brian's still trying to fix his bike, put some new bushes in the starter motor, but whilst he was doing that, I discovered he'd packed his panniers this morning, and he put his bottle of methylated spirits in the top of the pannier without closing it, and so the bottle of meth's emptied over all his stuff in his pannier. So I've just got it out and spread it all out on the ground here. Thankfully the meth evaporates off, but all his gear's going to smell lovely for the rest of the trip. I think he's a bit harassed. I think that's what the problem is. And meanwhile, whilst Brian is putting his starter motor apart, Stefan very kindly found some bolts for Peter to put on his panniers here, to fasten those on. So hopefully Peter's not going to be chucking his panniers down the road every couple of miles as he has been for the last 2 days. Hopefully they'll stay in place now. And I would just like to point out, the two bikes that are clocking on, no problem, are the two KTMs. Okay, starter motor update. So got it all back together. It's not really working properly. Got the new brushes in it, but it's just not turning the starter motor at all. So I think we're back to pushing Brian to get him started. We got it back together, and Stefan is intrigued by the CCM. He wants to have a little ride on one. He's never seen a CCM before, so he's going to have a little ride on it, and then we're going to get ourselves off next. And yeah, we've got quite a bit behind now, so we're going to see if we can cut up to the Norwegian border today, get as far as the Norwegian border, and then we've got a bit of time riding in Norway before we have to turn around and come back. So yeah, cracking on a little bit today, I think. So Peter's leading the way with a bit of wild foraging for berries here.
What about catch me fishing rod? We could have lived off the land. Oh, nice, yeah.
Another fuel stop, and then we're going to go and try and find some food for tonight. So not only are we having to bump start Brian's bike every time we stop, but it's getting harder and harder to start this bike. It's ridiculous. I think there's more to it than just the starter motor, but Brian won't have it.
Fuck off.
So now we seem to have a new, different problem with Brian's bike. It just keeps misfiring, and you know, the bike's running, but it's just not running properly. It's just popping and spluttering, and it just won't pull. So I don't know what the issue is this time. Might just be water in the works, I don't know. So Brian's bike's picked up again. It seems to be running all right at the moment. So Shiplo's identified another cabin by a lake. He says it's on a nice peninsula by a lake. So we're going to head for that, because with all the trouble we're having with Brian's bike, we're not going to make it into Norway today as we hoped. So let's see if we can get to this cabin tonight. Looks like we spoke too soon. Brian's bike's packed in again. Okay, off again, heading to this cabin hopefully, but progress is painfully slow at the moment. We really are going nowhere fast today. Oh god, it looks like he's broke down again. So here we are. It's tipping down with rain. We're in the middle of nowhere, and Brian's bike won't work properly. Don't you just love CCMs? And everybody slags off KTMs. Huh? Yet the KTMs are running just fine. I'm not gloating because I'm not going to push me luck. But yeah, we've just got to try and get to this cabin, I think, now. We've had a bit of a tough day and spirits are a bit low. Best thing to do is put the kettle on and make a nice brew. Make a nice brew. So I'll do my video diary. So it's been a testing day, but it's actually been a great day's riding. We've had some fantastic riding today, but yeah, we spent the morning. We spent the morning hanging around whilst Brian tried to fix the starter motor on his bike. Then we got away about 1 o'clock, and heavy rain, very heavy rain this afternoon. And then Brian's bike started misfiring and playing up, and then eventually it died, and it just seems to be totally dead, no electrics. So Brian thinks it might be the stator packed him, which if it is, it's probably end of game for him. So are you going to have a look at it tonight, Brian?
Well, I'd need to have a battery, because
Right.
I suspect with a fully charged battery you will both start on their own.
Right.
That would confirm it is the
But
stator,
that-
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
suspect when I take that seat off, my battery's starts to fall.
Well, we can take the seat off and have a look at the
Well,
battery
take the seat off
and
and put the
just
multimeter
put the
on.
multimeter on it and see,
Yeah,
can't we?
yeah.
You know?
Just set yourself on fire.
Well, it's 8:30. We're just getting sorted out in here. So he's setting up the beds and stuff in the cabin here. You can see. So I'll just give you a quick scan round because it's starting to get dark. It's quite dull anyway because it's all overcast. But what a cracking view! Just sat on the porch of the cabin. Like Shiplow, I'll shout over that.
Brian.
Oh, Brian blowing up his electric doll. His inflatable doll. I suppose he's got to have some constellation, hasn't he?
I did not get to use them this year either. Gosh.
You work too hard.
Yeah, I've been working.
What a beautiful spot we're at here. Just look at this.
Harry Dakar repair shop.
On this peninsula here. Quite a wet night. It's been tipping down during that, and it keeps raining very heavily, but we've just got a bit of a lull here. So I've put my tarp up here, strung my tarp up for a garage, and we're going to have a look at Brian's bike this morning because it's totally dead now. Switch on the ignition, absolutely nothing. But we've got a multimeter, we've got all the tools, so have a look, see if we can get it sorted. This little shelter was our home last night. It's lovely. And a lovely fire there. We all slept, roof's leaking a little bit, a few drips inside, but it has been very heavy rain inside. So Shiplow's bike there. KTM. My KTM is running faultlessly, I'm pleased to say. I don't want to tempt fate. And it towed Brian on his CCM yesterday. This is this Land Rover, lovely Land Rover here, a guy called Linus. He's sleeping in his Land Rover, Swedish guy, very friendly, nice guy. We were chatting with him last night. There's an old caravan over there, looks like it's been there for donkey's years. Peter's Yamaha. So it's just beautiful. This is what it's all about, coming to Sweden. This kind of wilderness camping. Although unfortunately, because it is the wilderness, we're a long way from anywhere if we can't get Brian's bike going. Got to tow him a long way, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, mate.
No, I wouldn't worry too much. Well, it's a red ignition one. Where's it going to? Does that go into the wiring loom?
I'll obviously force the spring off. This tractor, you know, ship, I had to weld it. And I thought, oh, I'll put a support and brace in. I put it in, but then I couldn't move it. I put it in the back of the headlight.
some wire here.
Right. Give me the light bit.
0.8 volts.
Odd.
Does that need to go in a certain way, Brian? Or doesn't it not matter, that thing?
I mean, you wouldn't have thought it would have made any difference, but clearly it does.
Actually, I saw you taking those this morning. I expected it.
Well, video diary update. This is rather entertaining actually. So looks like it's going to take all day for Brian to get his bike sorted. Hopefully he's got it sorted. So Shiplo looked and said that there's a town about 40 minutes ride from here where we can get some food. So we thought we'd get some food and we stay here another night and then sort of again tomorrow. So we just set off down the road. We've got about a mile down the road and Shiplo's bike has died, unfortunately. So we've now got two dead bikes. So hopefully we can get it sorted. We're just about to have a look at it and see what's going on.
So I think the battery's a good place to start.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a KTM, so it'll be something really simple. Check these terminals here. I think it's just vibrated a bit loose. Let's have a look. That's it, it's just a loose screw. Problem solved.
I think there's a few loose screws on this trip. So the sun's out again. We just had some more heavy rain. Sun's out. Shiplo and I have just ridden down to this supermarket, co-op supermarket here. This town about 40 minutes ride from the camp. We've got lots of nice food. Take it back and some drink. Cheer the chaps up when we get back. You know, we may not be going very far today, but we're going to eat like kings. Right, so Shiplo and I are just back from doing a spot of shopping. Brian and Peter have been working on the bike. Let's see how they got on. So, what's the verdict, Peter? It's all back in one piece.
Well, we put it back together because we thought we didn't want any pieces left over.
Yeah.
And
Magic. We're back in business. I think Brian's smile says it all, doesn't it?
Who needs a workshop?
Well, we're snug in our little cabin. Another rainstorm just blowing over, so sheltering. I'll point the camera out and show you. Never get bored of this view here. Come on in.
Sorry, pal.
Never get bored of this this view here. So, Peter, you're off on a little foray then?
well, I'm going to charge me phone up first, but I definitely fancy a little foray. I might go to Norway.
Yeah. So you reckon we're only about 30 miles from the border here?
That's what I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
we'll have a little foray
if I'm
this
not
afternoon.
back by night time, you know I've lost myself.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all right.
Have you got
If you're not back by night time, we'll just share your gear out between the
That's
two
it,
of us.
yeah.
All right.
have you got charging on your bike?
That's what I'm doing. I'm charging it now.
Okay, and you've got navigation. You've got
Well,
a
that's what I'm
mount.
just working out a way of mounting my mobile phone onto my windscreen
Right.
with some elastic bands.
Okay.
Excellent. Good stuff.
I'm going to put in me.
Peter's bike here is a Yamaha TTR 600. It's on an 04, I think, and I really like the bike. I think for this type of trip it's pretty ideal, I think.
Yeah, it's done you very well on this bike, Peter.
It certainly has. Yes. It'll get
Been
me to
very
Norway.
robust. Done the job nicely.
Yeah, I usually just go to Norway now. Find out where Norway is.
So that's Peter off to find Norway. Well, you say Norway's that way. Oh well.
Sweden, Norway.
No, he'll be fine. He'll find his way. He'll find his way. Right, well, Peter's back. He's abandoned his attempt to make it into Norway. He's come back and he's like a bloody drowned rat. Oh dear, he went without his waterproofs and it's just been hammering it down ever since he left. So, oh dear. He tried. Oh, we've had a nice relaxing day, but showers, dodging the showers, it's absolutely tipping it down again. See if I can capture it on camera, show you.
Dodging the showers?
Yeah.
What about Peter? Is he dodging the showers?
Peter came home, got all his wet gear off, went for a walk, and so he's going to be soaking wet, so his only dry clothes are going to be soaking wet now.
Press one back forward.
Huh?
I say press one back forward.
Oh.
Say it in English, man.
Yeah.
Fetch one back forward. He's not going to understand what you said, man.
What?
Fetch one back forward. Ah, nice.
Okay, so we're off on the road again today. Just stopped for some fuel. Peter here. And it looks like Brian's bike's playing up again, so all his work fixing it yesterday lasted one start by the looks of it. It started at the campsite this morning, and then when we stopped for fuel he can't start it again. We finally got Brian's bike working again, but just due to all the delays we're having to head back south now, because we're exactly halfway through our trip in terms of number of days, so we've got to turn around and head south, so they're not going to make it all the way that we hope to, which is a pity. Right, we're back on the TET. We're heading south now, working our way back down through Sweden. So it's dried up, but I'm going to keep my waterproofs on, not going to risk it. Well, it's great to be back on the road again, doing some riding, but I have to admit, taking the whole day off yesterday was quite nice. It was very relaxing, it was a lovely spot, and yeah, nice just to have a day off and hanging around, chilling out, feel refreshed, ready for some more riding now. Hey, so just for the record, we've made it to the border here. This is the Norwegian border. Brightening up. Sort of been showers and you know, wet spells and dry spells this morning, but nice riding, lovely. So I'll just quickly show you around with the camera. See, there's yeah, that's all they throw up on the back of the bike there, off the road. Kind of monument there with the Swedish flag on one side, the Norwegian flag on the other side. Okay. So we're doing a few road miles now. The idea is, because we've lost so much time, is to just hit the road, try and get a few miles on dry belt, and then pick up the TET again a bit further south, and then ride the TET back down. So we're sort of linking up with a section of the TET here at the moment to try and pick it up later today. Well, the rain seems to have gone. Lovely sunny afternoon, but we're having another little break because guess what, Brian's bike's playing up again, so we'll have a look at it. Well, this time his exhaust pipe's fallen apart. To show a little picture of two very reliable KTMs. Chugging along nicely, no drama.